First of all, I think, and I know the H-1B very well, and it's something that I frankly use, and I shouldn't be allowed to use. We shouldn't have it. Very, very bad for workers. And second of all, I think it's very important to say, well, I'm a businessman, and I have to do what I have to do, and it's sitting there waiting for you, but it's very bad. It's very bad for business in terms of, it's very bad for our workers.
Adam Mockler has some very interesting thoughts about Elon Musk and his, attempts to basically dictate to us what we should be thinking. I think it's a really interesting video. I haven't done any of Adam Mockler's stuff before, but I watched this one and I thought it was really intriguing. So I'd like to share it with you. I'll pipe in with my comments and then I want to know what you think. Let's take a listen.
I want to show you all the exact moment Elon Musk realizes that he turned Twitter into an absolute cesspool of lies, of hate, of bigotry, all of the above, and he didn't really care until it personally affected him. Now Elon Musk is tweeting, begging people on Twitter to spread more positivity after he signal boosted some of the most bigoted, disgusting stuff over the past 2 years. Again, the self-proclaimed savior of free speech is now trying to tell people what they should post on the town square that he created. So just to back up, Elon Musk bought Twitter about 2 years back with the clear goal of owning the libs. So to do that, he dismantled all of the content moderation. He opened the floodgates for free speech, which is what he called it, but it's actually just the unfettered spreading of disinformation with no checks and balances to prevent it. And then he proudly declared his platform the free speech platform. But now he's complaining. He is complaining that there's too much hate on X, that there's too much hate on this platform 24 hours after he posted, take a big step back and fuck yourself in the face. I will go to war on this issue, the likes of which you cannot possibly comprehend. 24 hours later, he posted, please post a bit more positive, beautiful, or informative content on this platform. Are you kidding me, dude? You know Elon Musk 24 hours from now is going to be back to boosting libs of TikTok, shitting on trans people, people that just want to live their lives. But now he wants people to post more positive, beautiful, and informative content just because the crowd began to turn against him. So I want to talk really quickly about this ecosystem Elon Musk created, but I also want to talk about the lack of accountability with Donald Trump and him flip-flopping on the H-1B visa position. So to bring it back to Elon Musk, this dude has created a mess in the MAGA base over the past week or so, maybe less than a week, because we now have people tweeting stuff out like this. Anna K. Gorge said, it's horrifying. This is not what I thought I was voting for when I cast my ballot for Trump.
Wait. I don't think anybody, after a whole first term of Trump, gets to go, well, I didn't understand what I was voting for.
When we are seeing 12,000 cross the border in one day, that number is not even accurate, turning on those with an H-1B, of which there are a grand total of 85K per year, puts to rest the claim that the right is not anti-immigrant. They just want people to do it the legal way. So this is a Trump voter calling MAGA out for Indian racism. Someone said, I feel like the entire X has come out hating Indian people. It's actually pretty scary. So Elon Musk caused a mess among the MAGA fan base, and it's on us to hold Donald Trump accountable for his flip-flopping of positions. Watch this quick clip, then we'll break down Elon Musk's mess.
Trump has taken an H-1B position. President-elect Trump told the Post Saturday he supports immigration visas for highly skilled workers, appearing to side with Elon Musk in the roiling intra-MAGA debate on the issue. I've always liked the visas. I have always been in favor of the visas. That's why we have them. I have many H-1B visas on my properties. I've been a believer in H-1B. I've used it many times. It's a great program, added Trump.
First of all, I think, and I know the H-1B very well, and it's something that I frankly use, and I shouldn't be allowed to use. We shouldn't have it. Very, very bad for workers. And second of all, I think it's very important to say, well, I'm a businessman, and I have to do what I have to do, and it's sitting there waiting for you, but it's very bad. It's very bad for business in terms of, it's very bad for our workers.
Trump will never be called out for this total 180, by the way. But you better fucking believe you're still going to hear about Kamala's platform in 2019 when she wasn't even the nominee about what she thinks about surgeries for trans prisoners or whatever, right? Trump will never be called out for stuff like this.
This in terms of, it's very bad for our workers, and it's unfair for our workers.
Dude, so I checked the conservative subreddit about 24 to 48 hours ago, the right-wing subreddit where a bunch of Trump supporters get together, and they were all absolutely shitting on H-1B visas. They were shitting on Elon Musk. They were saying, hey, Trump isn't for these. We cannot let this happen. But right when Trump flipped his stance, you can now check the conservative subreddit, and it's a mix. Some of them are saying, wait a minute, this is not what I voted for, but a lot of them immediately bent the knee and followed Donald Trump. And it's a cult. It is a cult. I remember about 5 years ago, I thought it was a little bit too heavy-handed to call it a cult. I knew a bunch of Trump supporters who weren't very cult-like, but now I am very comfortable calling it that because these people will follow Donald Trump into the depths of hell. And this dynamic perfectly mirrors the authoritarian style total loyalty that we see from other countries. For example, if Putin flip-flops on an issue, then the vast majority of the people in the country will flip-flop that same day without ever thinking twice for a few reasons, because they have blind loyalty to Putin and because of the media apparatus. And this actually brings us perfectly back to this mess that Elon Musk created.
And because they fear retribution. Now, don't forget, there is a stick
That he got himself into, where he allowed all of this racism. He allowed an endless amount of misogyny or targeted hatred towards minorities until it began to affect his bottom line. I am not joking when I say that over the past year, there have been Hitler fans popping up on X. And of course, you guys have probably seen this as well. We see this with the Nick Fuentes fans. But I will see tweets with 90,000 likes saying, oh, here's a Hitler speech in English, and here's why he was actually good. Elon Musk doesn't care. Again, he would just blindly turn his back to it and not care until people begin to poke him personally. So Musk's approach to managing this platform also eerily parallels all of these authoritarian countries in the same way this blind loyalty does. When it was like woke activists getting targeted and harassed and doxxed, Elon Musk did not say a single thing, but since he financially and personally benefits from H-1B visa workers, he is now trying to control the narrative on X in the form of banning people, shadow banning people, suppressing people. This dude literally suspended Laura Loomer's account, which is fine. I don't care. You can suspend Laura Loomer for the rest of eternity, and I'm not going to complain. But it's kind of weird when you only suspend her after she calls you out as the oligarch that you are. Even Charlie Kirk mentioned the oligarchy. We didn't vote for oligarchs, is what Charlie Kirk said. And now Elon Musk, after all of this hatred that we've seen him spread, you guys have seen it too, he's saying, please post a bit more positive, beautiful, or informative content on this platform. Really, homie? Really? After you've allowed all of this chaos, all of this misinformation, division, you know how many foreign bots Elon Musk has allowed on Twitter, but now he wants to post more positive, beautiful, or informative content because it's hitting a little bit too close to home, and it's just absolutely insane. Just to back up, for Trump, for Elon Musk, the loyalty of this base is their ultimate shield. If they can keep this base wrapped around their finger, then they're good. And here's the reality of it. I know that we really want to see Trump and Elon Musk get in such a bad fight that it blows up on the national stage, but I don't see that happening for a bit. I think this schism that we just saw, it was a sneak preview of the infighting that we're going to see over the next few years, but you have to realize how much Donald Trump and Elon Musk benefit from having each other. If Donald Trump has Elon Musk's ear, then that means he has the richest man in the world behind him who can primary anybody who disagrees with him in the Republican Party. He also has control of the platform X. Donald Trump has a narrative working in favor of him as long as Elon Musk is in control of X. And then to flip that around, it's very obvious why President Musk wants Donald Trump by his side, because Trump did win the election. To put the meme aside a second, Trump is the actual president, and Elon Musk essentially gets to be the shadow president. He does get to be the shadow president, and he gets to pull the strings of Donald Trump as long as Elon Musk owns Twitter and is the richest man in the world, which that does not seem like it's going to change for a while. He's just getting richer. So what we can do in the immediate term is to continue to push this division in the Republican Party, or at least just show them what they voted for. They voted for a cabinet of some of the richest people in the world who now want to advocate on their own behalf. Like we've talked about this, Elon Musk has two opinions that are diametrically opposed. On one hand, he wants to defund the Department of Education, completely eliminate that, and defund American schools across the country, therefore hurting our innovators and engineers while allowing more H-1B visa workers to come, which is also fine. There's a balance between having educated Americans and H-1B visa workers. Ideally, we invest at home first, right? But Elon Musk doesn't want to invest at home. He only wants other people to come over here so he can work them extra hard and justify that, because there is a weird dynamic. When you come over here on an H-1B visa, you can get taken advantage of very easily because you'll get deported if you're late for work too many times or if you don't push yourself extra hard. I'm going to leave it at that.
The thing about Elon Musk and his hypocrisy is that he bought the megaphone and then he said, I'm a free speech absolutist, which essentially I take to mean that it's like you let it regulate yourself. It's a town square. Anybody can come in, say whatever they want. That's what free speech means. But that leaves out a very important part of the First Amendment, which is you're not allowed to yell fire in a crowded theater, right? You're not allowed to say certain things. Not all speech is protected speech. And also, all data isn't good data, right? All information isn't truth. Most information is garbage, right? And it's truth that takes the work, right? That you have to double check and you have to vet and you have to make sure that what you're spouting actually is true and not just some lie you've heard repeated. No, I'm not a journalist, right? I don't pretend to be some holier than thou expert on what's true and what's not in every case. But we're living in an environment here, in large part because of people like Musk, but Fox News and Rush Limbaugh and all these people have been eroding the idea that we should have curated town squares. And that's not to say censorship, but we should, control the bots, control the trolls. We should have rules and regulations, and that takes people keeping their eye on the conversation, right? And he's completely eliminated that. So here he is now saying, hey, everybody, let's be nice. But he's the single not nicest person on the platform he bought. And guess what? Spoiler alert, he's a hypocrite, just like Trump and everybody else. They're not trying to make America better for us. They're trying to make themselves richer at the end. And you can parse it from there, but that's the bottom line. Let me know what you think in the comments.